Hi there, Rule 303 here. Today I wanted to talk about the 32 Winchester Special cartridge. So in front of me here I've got two Winchester 1894s and they are both chambered in 32 Winchester Special. Top one is a 1950 production, it's carbine, and the bottom one is a 1920 production. So yeah, that means that we're looking at 73 and 103 years old respectively. So really old guns, very nice to shoot. Both of them shoot as if they were made yesterday, or maybe even better now they're shot in. They are super guns. The build quality on them is unbelievable. Really nice. Heyday of Winchester. So yeah, they are absolutely phenomenal shooters. They really are good. In terms of the barrels of these guns, there is quite an interesting difference. Now, the 1921 would have still been being used with corrosive ammunition, corrosive primed ammunition, and the barrel does show evidence of that. It's a pretty damn good barrel. I've seen a lot worse, but there is evidence of corrosive primer use and not immediate washing and cleaning, which is, as we all know, what's required to stop these barrels going bad if you do shoot corrosive ammunition through them. Now, that's not really too much of a thing these days unless you're shooting very old surplus ammunition, but you still do come across it. If you do and you shoot it, make sure you give your barrel a good clean soon as you can. So yeah, you can see some evidence of corrosive primer use in the longer gun, in the older one. The newer one, not at all. The barrel is shiny and lovely and really good. So the 32 inches Winchester Special. Before we talk about the 32, we're going to have to go back a few years to the 3030, the parent cartridge of the 32. So the 3030 came out in 1895 and it was the first commercially available metallic cartridge using smokeless powder. So this is a massive step forward. We've gone out of the days of, well, we haven't gone out of the days of using black powder metallic cartridges, but we've gone a massive step forward with the 3030. So 3030 is still incredibly well known, very well used for all sorts of reasons, even though there are better cartridges out there for most purposes. The 3030, it could be that you've got granddad's old gun, or you're shooting the 3030 for nostalgia, or you just like shooting it for whatever reason. It's still commercially available, very plentiful around to buy. You can get it easily, and it's still real popular. It has taken probably more deer and game than any other cartridge in the world ever. And as we know, just on that note, the 94 is one of the best-selling rifles, other than probably the AK-47. It is just an incredible, phenomenally well-selling rifle with several million of these and change having been sold over the years. So the 32 Winchester Special kind of derived from the 3030. So in 1895, when the 3030 came out, it was a boom. It was a massive thing, and it was an immediate runaway success. Chambered in 308 or 308 diameter of bullet. It was a hard hitter. It was a fast cartridge at the time, and it did the job in terms of defence, in terms of hunting, in terms of a wide range of applications. It was an absolutely cracking cartridge. In 1901, they brought out the 32 Winchester Special, which you might think, well, that's kind of close. I mean, let's take a look at these bullets, shall we? So here we are. The one on the right is the 3030, and the one on the left is the 32 Winchester Special. There's not a great deal between them, is there? You might say. Maybe there's a noticeable difference in terms of the 32 Winchester being a bit bigger, but really, they're pretty damn close, aren't they? So they brought out the 32 Winchester Special. And you might think, well, why was that? There were a couple of reasons, but the main ones were the rifling, the twist was different. So the twist of the original 3030 was 112, okay? Pretty fast twist. The 116 that they used for the 32 Winchester Special was a slower twist, okay? And the idea was that Winchester knew that people took these guns out into the sticks with them. You know, they were sometimes in the wilderness for a long time. And, you know, aside from that, a lot of shooters couldn't afford to buy factory ammunition all the time. So they were aware that a lot of people were reloading, ammunition, and a lot of people were still using black powder. Even though we're into the smokeless powder days, there's a lot of black powder around, there's a lot of people still using it. And what they said was that the 1 in 16 twist of 32 Winchester Special was a slower twist, and it was more friendly towards black powder use and reloading use. So if you're using cast lead bullets and black powder, then that twist is going to be handy for you. It's going to cause less fouling, and it's going to be easier to accommodate that sort of load, that kind of bullet, the cast lead bullets. Now, regardless as to whether or not there's any validity to that, that was the main reason that they bought this cartridge out. And alongside that, they also said it was harder hitting and it was a bit more of a handful, kind of a step between the 30-30 and the Krag. Okay, so a bit of an intermediate cartridge there. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually use a 30-30 case for a 32 Winchester Special. If you take your 30-30 case and you run it through a 32 Winchester Special die, boom, you've got 32 Special brass. You can use it. It's pretty close, so you can actually do that. Now, the only cautionary note to say is that you have then, of course, got a cartridge that is marked up on its head stamp as the wrong cartridge. So if you're going to do it, make sure that you're organised enough to not get them muddled up. You don't want there to be any accidents. You don't want to put in the wrong ammunition through your rifle. Could end badly. So there's a little bit of history there on the 32 Winchester Special. Now, by far, the 1894, the runaway most popular cartridge in the 1894 rifle was the 30-30. Absolutely no doubt about it. But the 32 Winchester Special came a not so close second. So if we're to, I haven't got the exact figures, but off memory, if we were to say that, 75% of the Winchester 1894s were made in 30-30, then probably about 20% were made in 32 Winchester Special. So they are not as common. They're common-ish. You can still get hold of them, but they're by far not common. Generally, your 94 is going to be 30-30, oh yeah, 30-30 really, especially the older ones. 32 Winchester Special, for me, because it's not as common, holds a little bit of mystery, a little bit of awe, and that's just me. I don't know why, it just does. And I really like the idea of it just being that kind of, I don't know, semi-obsolete, rarer cartridge. It's just a little bit quirky and a little bit different, and I like it for that reason. Now, some of you know and some of you don't, I actually come from Great Britain. I'm recording from England. All my guns are legally owned under UK law, and that's another subject for another day, I guess, because I know some of you are interested in what that looks like. So how easy is it for me to get hold of 32 Winchester Special over here? Well, the answer is easier than you'd think. So we have got a big auction community in the UK, and there's regular auctions at places like Holt's Auctioneers and other ones. And as well as selling guns and other things, they also often sell ammunition. So to give you an idea, this is some ammunition that I recently got at auction. So what have we got here? We've got some Federal Classic rifle cartridges, and they are 32 Winchester Special, 170 grain hunting bullets, high shot. And then we've also got some Hornady Lever Evolution. Okay, and I bought these 100 round at a time in auction. I got them at a really great price because guess what? Because it's because it's not a popular cartridge, kind of nobody bids on it, which is really good for me. It means that I can get it at a reasonably good price. So I've got a couple of 100 rounds of this 32 Winchester Special ammunition, factory rounds, and yeah, I find it relatively easy. 3 times a year I'll get a couple of 100 rounds. Now, aside from that, I don't like shooting the factory stuff because really I'm a reloader, and I find it, it's more convenient for me to reload and keep that factory stuff back for a rainy day and then use the brass. So I've already mentioned that you can size 30-30 brass to accommodate 32 Winchester Special. That's a neat trick to know, because a 32 Winchester Special brass, unless you've got the cartridge and you fired it, you've got the empties, it's bloody difficult to get hold of. you try getting hold of it, it is like rocking horse poo. Not easy to get a hold of. So your 30-30 is going to be your best shortcut to getting that brass to get you started. Now, in terms of the bullets, if I'm shooting my reloads, I'm kind of left with cast bullets. I cast my own bullets, and for a lot of people that's going to be a major faff, but for me it's just part of the hobby. I don't mind doing it, I enjoy it, relaxes me. And casting, really, when you get your head around, it's no great shakes. You know, throw a little bit of money at it, and you know, a nice day if you cast outside. And yeah, I can think of all sorts of great reasons to cast. And I cast my 32 Winchester Special bullets, and I don't find that to be a difficult chore. So to give you an idea, here we go. That's my box here of cast bullets that I've made. Now, the other thing I tend to do is oven bake my bullets sometimes, so I make them into nice colours, which is kind of cool. There's a purple one, 32 Winchester Special. But generally speaking, this is what they look like. These are all home cast bullets. These are all bullets I've cast in my garden. So not a difficult thing to do when you know how. That is the only restriction really for me. It's not even the availability of the brass, because you can use 30-30 as I said. The real sticking point is getting the right bullets. Now 8mm Mauser are nearly there, but really you don't want to be shooting them. They're not that close. They might be pretty close, but we don't want to be starting shooting the wrong ammunition through these guns, especially the older ones. It's a bad idea. So I cast my own, and actually I really like doing that because it's kind of in keeping with the 32 philosophy, you know, of that altered twist, and the idea that, you know, it's what it's designed to do. So I really enjoy that side of the hobby and reloading for it. So yeah, when I can get factory ammunition, I'll shoot through it, and when I can't, I cast my own and reload, and that's what I do. Reloading data is very similar to 30-30, just use a little bit of common sense. You will find it out there, so you can look for it. I'm not going to give you too much reloading advice on this video because, well, you know, I think it's better that people make their own judgments and do their own homework around reloading, quite honestly. Unless you want to privately message me, and then I'll look at potentially giving you some advice on what's worked for me in these guns. But yeah, they are the main reasons that I like 32 Winchester Special over 30-30. I sold my 30-30 and I kept these two really lovely examples of 32 Winchester Special 1894 rifles and carbine. I love it. I really love it. So I think I've put across the good reasons why. Just let's have another quick look at these cartridges, shall we? So on the left, 32 Winchester Special. On the right, 30-30. So you can see that very subtle difference there. Very subtle difference, but a difference nevertheless. Okay, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you want to give me some recommendations or some ideas for future videos, I'll be really happy to look at those and try and accommodate you, whatever you're interested in. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and please subscribe. I'll see you next time.